Hey guys, it's me Tilly, and welcome to the first tier 3 Abyss dungeon. Today we will cover the normal version of Aira's Oculus, but to my knowledge it's all the same mechanics as hard mode, just that the bosses deal less damage. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. There's gonna be more dungeon and raid and boss guides, or just like the video. However, let's get into the video itself. For the first boss, you might want to bring some whirlwind grenades for the potential stagger that might happen, and make sure to get rid of any overwhelm rune on your skills, since you want as little stagger damage as possible for this fight. The reason for that is the boss's enrage mechanic. Every time you deplete his stagger bar, he gains 1 stack, and upon reaching 3 of them, he will unleash hell on you. In normal, you don't really need to play much around this. You could just always time your burst for when his stagger bar is already depleted, and this way he will die around the same time he gets his 3rd stack. However, if you want to get rid of the stacks, which you can, you need to look out for this attack pattern right here. He swirls his mace above his head and then slams it on the floor, creating AoEs in the cardinal directions. He then follows it up with a big AoE in front of him, and every other time he performs this move, he then attempts to grab a player. So every other time, if you want to get rid of the stacks, just everybody group up right in front of him so he actually grabs somebody. If only one goes there, I had it happen where he just missed. So try to be as many in front of him as possible. If he successfully grabs a player, there will be a stagger check, and that's why I told you to bring whirlwind grenades. Upon successfully completing the stagger check, he will lose all his stacks. However, if you fail to complete the stack, everyone will die. So if you want to get rid of the stacks, you risk just dying to the one shot. So in normal mode, you don't really need to risk that. If you see that you can kill him before getting to 3 stacks, just feel free to absolutely not play the mechanic and don't risk dying to the stagger. However, if you want to play it safe, maybe prepare for hard mode, you should really get into the habit of at least seeing all of these different things happening. Apart from this, get away from the boss whenever he roars, since there will be a follow-up AoE around him that deals massive damage. And also kite out the dark orb so you don't get hit by it or that it explodes nearby to your teammates. As for the second boss, you are now allowed to re-equip your overwhelm runes, by the way, and also make sure to grab some flame grenades. Yes, we've never used them before, but I guess there's a use for everything in this game. There will be a time when 3 out of 4 players will be imprisoned, and the 4th one has to liberate all of the others, or at least one, as fast as they possibly can, because the 4th still free player is on a timer, and once the timer is done, he himself will be imprisoned. So it is vital for the run to not be over that he at least gets one of his teammates liberated. If all of your friends are on the same spot, just throw the flame grenades we just talked about, since every tick will deal damage to liberate your teammates, and you could technically just free all of them with the use of just that one grenade. But at this point, it should be really second nature for you to help your mates when you see a purple bar, so that is nothing too crazy to talk about here. In second phase, kill all the totems you see, since they put debuffs on nearby players. And when the boss looks at you and shoots balls your way, try to move and make it so the boss faces the closest wall, since those balls, they hurt a lot. And you don't want them to jump around the battlefield all too much, since they keep jumping and ricochet, and just make them face the wall and it's gonna be much easier for your teammates. When the boss jumps on his ball and runs at you, just run faster than him, because it's gonna be pretty painful to get hit by it, and there's gonna be AoEs everywhere dealing damage, and if he doesn't catch you for a few seconds, he will also be stunned and lay on the floor, and it's amazing time for you to deal huge damage to him. When he jumps on his ball and remains stationary, however, everybody just needs to spread out, because he will target each player with a bombardement. It is very easy to dodge the pattern of that if they don't overlay. So if there's not too many players close by. If you have enough distance to all of the other players, everyone will be super safe dodging this. Basically, the way you do it is every time you just keep moving one step forward, and there's gonna be a space for you where you can stand. Again, just make sure to gain a decent amount of distance to your friends. If he jumps into the middle of the arena and stands on his ball, just kill any balls you see around the arena, since he will wipe your party if too many of these accumulate. Again, you probably want to spread out to make sure you cover pretty much all of the different spots on the map. There will also be a neat mechanic where everybody gets stunned and can liberate themselves by doing a series of key inputs. If you fail to do this within a given time, you will take massive damage, and hard is probably gonna be a one-shot. I did survive it in normal mode, but I had to use at least one potion. Now that's really all the super important things you should know. As with all my Abyss Dungeon guides, I won't cover every single move, but rather those that actually could mean death if handled the wrong way. Thank you guys so very much for watching the video. I appreciate you coming back for these. As I said in the beginning of the video, if not happened already, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It would mean the world to me, but so far your support has already been super crazy, which actually made my day for the past few weeks already. So thank you very much for this. I will try my best to keep doing these as good as I can for the future. And if you ever want to just hang out with me, there's also going to be a link for my Twitch down below in the description. For today, however, I wish you the best of luck with this dungeon and for any potential loot you will get. I will catch you in my next one. Until then, have a great time. Bye.